I'm Whitney, and I am the pre-kindergarten teacher here at Young Scholars Academy.
And I'm Jen. I'm the director.
And today we're going to be talking about why it's okay for your kid to not always be happy.
People feel very strong emotions, but all emotions. Kids are just trying to figure out and regulate theirs. Well, and some adults, I would say, are still struggling with that. But I feel like, and this is just my opinion, so kid, please don't come after me. But we're trying too hard to put pressure on our kids to always be happy. I'll get you a toy when we go in the store if you just be happy. Mm-hmm. Stop crying. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in the world. You're okay. Clearly, if somebody's crying, they're not okay. So putting that pressure on kids when they're young to always be happy is very, very, that's why they're sad. That's why they're depressed. That's why we got some bullying issues and mental health. Yeah, absolutely, all the way around. Because it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. But they're not, it's just not consistent. It's just not real to be happy all the time.
No, and trying to always please your child to make them always be happy, that's setting them up for a huge failure in
Absolutely.
life. They're not always going to be happy teens through adulthood.
Absolutely.
So setting them up now, and when they get to grade school and things like that, they're not always going to be happy. So giving
Right.
them just a happy little bubble world,
Right.
you're sending them off into the real world
Unprepared.
Yeah.
Clearly, because if you don't learn those self-regulation skills until you're in it. That's a hands-on thing. That's created brain synapses that have to happen that way. And if you're being that helicopter parent and kind of saying no, my child's life is going to be perfect, dude, I feel bad for your kid.
That, and how stressful is that as a parent to always try
Right?
to be on top of their happiness? Like, there's no way. And
Right.
that's not the real life. And
Right.
you don't have to say yes all the time.
Absolutely.
You do not have to say yes. And you don't have to make it a situation where you're saying yes.
Right.
They need to hear the word no. They need to
Absolutely.
know what comes with that and what that means and how to process that.
Absolutely.
I like to have yes days. My daughter's birthday is today, and so today is a yes day. And so she got to pick what we're doing after school. She gets to pick where we eat. She gets to pick whatever she wants to do one day a year.
But it's her
And that's
special
it.
day.
Yeah.
So absolutely, what a great thing.
Yeah, and she's
to have
so
that kind of
excited.
control.
Yeah.
But if she did it every single day, it wouldn't be special.
No, and it wouldn't matter. And
Completely
there's no
get
way.
it. I remember when our kids were growing up, around middle school, high school time, my husband would tell me, I'd say, there's a dance, so-and-so wants to go to a dance or whatever, and he's like, tell them no. And I'm like, why? They didn't do anything wrong. He's like, because they need to learn their word no. They don't, they don't earn the right to be able to do something.
Yeah.
It's no. They have to learn how to deal with no. And I remember my kids going through that, and the debate is still out whether that helped them or not. But I thought it was really neat that he was just like, no, sometimes you can get told no. You can do everything right and be told no and learn. And that's definitely a skill in adulthood
Yeah.
that you need, for sure.
Absolutely.
We're tying happiness to stuff. As Americans, I know that that's a huge problem for us. I know we have the if and then syndrome. So if you behave, then I'm going to be happy with you. Or if you act this certain way, then I'm going to show you love or be happy, or I'm going to buy you a Hot Wheel, or I'm going to do whatever. So it's putting all this pressure on kids. As adults, we still struggle with self-regulation. So if you have a kid that, completely melts down and falls down for 5 minutes, it doesn't mean his total day is shot. And we've tied, I don't get a Hot Wheel because I had real emotions.
Yeah, at the grocery store, if you're good, you get this and this and this and this and this, and I'll let you do this and this and this to make them happy so that you don't have to argue at the grocery store. Include them in things. Let them be a part of the grocery store experience. And, that will be happy for them.
Absolutely.
Right there. And it costs you nothing. And they didn't have to try so hard to be so good for an hour in the grocery store where their sensory is you know, it's sensory overload in there.
Right.
There's colors and lights and people and noise and cold and hot sensations. I mean, there's just so much
Great
going
learning
on.
place. Great
Yeah,
place to
I
learn.
love taking my kid. Some days I love taking my kids. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some days it
Yeah.
depends on my mood too. But
Sure.
set that up. Like if you're in a bad mood, don't go to the grocery store that day.
Or
and
it's
take
nap
them.
time.
Yeah.
Don't go then. That's
Yeah.
really important to talk about too, because there's so many of us as adults that don't know how to self-regulate properly, that we're, you know, not breaking that cycle with our kids. And so I see parents all the time, especially now that I'm older, do the, you know, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, yell at the kids, feel guilty, buy them crap, and then just like keep
It's a
going.
circle.
And their kid is going, well, I get stuff when my mom's happy, so if I jump up and down 3 times, my mom will be happy, and then I can get stuff. Otherwise, she's, you know, upset with me, or she doesn't like me, or there's all kinds of things that kids, you know, think. But your own self-regulation is super important. The grocery store is an amazing place. I see so many times now, this sounds like I'm just like an old lady, and I promise I'm not, but quit putting little, what are those laptop thingy tablets
Oh yeah.
in front of your kids at the grocery store. Go steal grapes with them and be like, hee hee hee, you know, and or like go to the produce section and find arugula and like
Let
talk
them-
about how
yeah.
different it is, and do you want to try it, and we can come home, we can make a salad or something, and include them in it, because if they're included and not just baggage at the grocery store, they're going to behave, so to speak.
Yeah, I like doing letters and numbers there. I tell a lot of our parents, you know, make a list. They can start
Help
recognizing
mark it
those.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give them
Yeah.
a pen. Fine motor skills, letter
Yes.
recognition, number,
Yes.
colors. There's so much there.
Yes.
Shapes. Let them pick out, and maybe at the end, like, okay, you did so good. I'm so proud of you. You know, and praise them. And now we're gonna check out. I'm gonna let you help scan because we're gonna do this together.
You can help me carry the groceries in, and that's a life skill. I mean,
Yeah.
you just went to the grocery store and learned that you can't buy everything. I'm sorry, Cocoa Puffs aren't on the list, honey.
So
Because
there's
you're not
no-
there.
They might get
the list
sad.
said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they might
For
get
sure.
sad, and that's part of, you know, okay, well, there's a little disappointment. Talk about that. You know, we don't always get what we want at the grocery store
Right.
every time. Maybe
Right.
next time we'll get that.
Right. Mommy really wanted that chocolate cake, but
Yeah.
it wasn't on the list, so you don't get your Cocoa Puffs either. We can both be sad for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching our video today. Feel free to leave comments down below, and feel free to subscribe.
Yay.